out and do some bodily harm, and it's not against the law. The best I would imagine.
Sunday night football, the Titans hosting the Dolphins when we hit the bottom of the hour here on ESPN. The headline game in week one, the Rams at the Eagles, and the Rams, London Fletcher. 3 Rams stayed from last year's defense, 8 other new starters, but this guy stayed. It's Marshall Faulk. Marshall. A 7-yard run after a turnover at the 10-yard line very early in the game for the Eagles. So now Donovan McNabb to Chad Lewis. And he's stripped of the ball. Adam Archuleta, one of the draft picks, picks it up. He fumbles it. Aeneas Williams, one of the pickups from the Cardinals, he recovers it. My goodness, the defense twice helping out for TD. 14-3 St. Louis. St. Louis is going to go up by 3 touchdowns, but at the one, Troy Vincent picks off the ball in the air. It's amazing how one play can change the game. 4th and 4 for the Eagles. McNabb. Time to Todd Pinkston. 14 yards, first down. Same drive, 4th and goal for the 1. McNabb to Cecil Martin. First rule, not even close. Then you look and you said, well, my goodness, he's on the goal line, maybe in. Andy Reid challenges. Tom, looks like in.
Well, you look at the replay. If that ball is in his right arm, which it appeared that it was, then that's a touchdown. I thought the officials did a great job of going over and reviewing it.
And now, all of a sudden, they're about to be down by 3 touchdowns. They're down 1, 17-10 on the 99-yard drive. Next possession, McNabb to Martin. No review. Touchdown. 4 minutes left. We're tied at 17 on the fake flubber at the vet. Avion Kaysen receives the kick, but it's a fumble. But the Rams, the Eagles had it, but they don't fall on the ball, and the Rams recover. Overtime. Eagles have the ball first. Punt. Rams have the ball second. Trouble. Warner Isaac Bruce, 20 yards. Warner Isaac Bruce, 27 yards to the 12. Bring on the kicker. Here's Jeff Wilkins, 25-yarder. Good. It's good. And the Rams in overtime win at Philly in a spirited game, 20-17. Warner threw for 308. McNabb threw for 312. He ran for 48. The Philly ran for only 57 yards. Rams actually using a ball control offense for much, certainly in the third quarter, Tom.
And defensively, only one time last season, 17 games and the playoffs, did they hold a team under 20 points, and they did it today against the playoff team from last year.
On the road.
On the road.
So far, so good. 17 points allowed in more than 4 quarters. And now comes Marty Schottenheimer, the Redskins, against Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator, former Redskins coach. But this is what you came to see. Doug Flutie quarterbacking the Chargers. You also came to see Tim Dwight field the punt. Forget about it. 84 yards. San Diego
Superchargers.
7-0 Chargers at the birth. Doug Flutie, Curtis Conway, wide open. This team that was 1-15 has some confidence. Sets up a field goal, 10-0 Chargers. Jeff George over the middle. Oh, he looks good in practice, Tom. Intercepted by Ryan McNeil.
Well, as you watch the throw, he always throws off his back foot, so he doesn't get the ball exactly where he wants. When you see him in practice 7-on-7, I'm sure that he throws the ball by stepping into it. He's a lot more accurate.
LaDainian Tomlinson with the lead. The first-round pick of the Chargers is running. Now look at Flutie. Out in front, blocking Bruce Smith on the Tomlinson handoff to Curtis. You think Norv was taking about maybe 6 months to work on these plays against the Redskins?
Yeah, but I think that's what happens when you leave the old team, come to the new team.
Tomlinson, touchdown, 17-0 Chargers. Ensuing drive. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Tip. Intercepted by Alex Molden. Third quarter after a fumble by George. Jeff George is pulled. Tony Banks in the game. And look at Stephen Davis fumble the ball, and Rodney Harrison is there. What a douse. The 1-15 San Diego Chargers, who have a bye next week, and then play that fifth-place schedule. Dallas, Cincy, Cleveland, New England, before they play the heavy metal, they could have a head of steam, Tom.
Different football team. Alex Molden with the interception, Tim Dwight with the return, Doug Flutie quarterbacking, Tomlinson making things happen in the running game. It's not the same 1-15 Chargers.
And Junior Seau now with over 13,000 tackles in his career. Yikes. When we return, game balls and one last game.
NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite and in part by Levi's Jeans. Make them your own.
Atlanta at San Francisco. Michael Vick certainly wouldn't start, but would he play in some trick formations inside the red zone? We'll see. Here's Michael Vick in his own zone, badly overthrows. Then later on in the first quarter, Vick all fired up, overthrows here. He was 0 for 4 today in spelling Chris Chandler here and there. With the Falcons leading 10-3 in the third, here is Vick. Now, you know he can do this, Tommy. Look at him move. Well,
eventually, when he gets the offense in the pass game, you defensively will not be able to account for what he can do with his legs.
Atlanta led it 13-3. So in the fourth quarter, Jeff Garcia, J.J. Stokes touchdown. It's a 13-10 game now. Garcia later in the fourth, 2.5 to go. Terrell Owens. Boy, can he motor all the way down to Atlanta's 18, a 40-yard pickup. Third and goal from the 2. Niners going for the win with 15 seconds to go. Garcia. Oh, he overthrows Ty Streets. Field goal is good. We go to overtime. 3rd and 5 for the 49ers. Garcia to Streets, who goes down the main street, 24-yard line on the big throw by Garcia, the Pro Bowler from a year ago. And that sets up the new Niners kicker, Jose Baby Cortez. Good. And the Niners down 10 at home in the division in the fourth quarter. Win it 16-13 in overtime. Cortez with the winning field goal. As you see, Garcia throwing for 335 yards. For San Francisco, Michael Vick, there'll be better days.
Well, I like what Dan Reeves did with Michael Vick. He's going to work him in very slowly. He's not going to let this kid get gun shy. He's going to allow him to do some things so that he can have some confidence once he starts playing.
Jamal Anderson ran for 86 yards. Welcome back for him. And Garrison Hurst ran very hard for San Francisco.
Primetime Players is brought to you by 1-800-COLLECT. Save $1 or $2.
My game ball goes to Ahman Green, who put a lot of life in that Green Bay Packer rushing attack. 17 carries, 157 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
My game ball goes to anybody who can make 3 interceptions in one game, tying a franchise record. That's Sammy Knight, who helped spell good night to Rob Johnson and the Buffalo Bills as the Saints win in a very hostile and on a very hot day, a very hostile environment. Who was Sunday's primetime player in your opinion? Log on to ESPN.com. Here are the results. I'm on Tommy Bay. This is Sammy Knight way down the list. You know, you have more juice than I do. That's all there is to it. Well, it was 50 years ago on opening weekend in the NFL in 1951 that Norm Van Brocklin, the Dutchman, for the L.A. Rams against the New York Yankees, threw for 554 yards. We didn't see that. As a matter of fact, on this day, it was defense ahead of offense in most of the games.
Well, and I think that's typical of the beginning of the NFL season. Defense usually is ahead of offense about the first 2 or 3 games of the season. But those teams that have a refined running attack, I think, will be more successful offensively than the teams that really have to predicate their offense on passing the football.
The referees.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see the regular refs back. We do as fans, the players do, the coaches do. They didn't do poorly. The ebb and flow was pretty good. They did well in that situation, but I don't think you want to go that much longer.
Well, we'd all like to see the regular officials get back, but I think the question is going to be, will the owners let them come back, and will the fans miss them if they aren't there?
You know what we missed? We missed football.
Yeah.
Welcome back. For Tom Jackson, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime.